So what the last segment we have for today is my favorite segment, Diego's Wall. So let's turn it over to Diego and see what inspiration he has for us today.
Hello, April. Hello, Swiki, and hello, world. This is Diego, broadcasting live from Seattle, Washington, the Microsoft headquarters. And I'm in my office, surrounded by these walls that I've been constructing for the last 2 decades at Microsoft, full of stories and anecdotes and concepts, mostly to nurture my own sense of wonder, but also to share it with others, with you. And today I want to share with you one of the earlier posts that I had. It was a phrase from Ralph Waldo Emerson, an American writer, also an abolitionist, who captured my imagination. And this is right here, the quote. And it says, "People only see what they are prepared to see." People only see what they are prepared to see. Sounds a bit strange. What does this mean? It captured my imagination because when I came to the United States, I noticed I couldn't see some opportunities that some of my colleagues were seeing, but also I was seeing some things that they were not seeing. So I felt it was very poetic phrase. But the more that the years went by, the more I learned that this is an actual real thing, that the eye can only see what it's prepared to see. Here's the thing: the eyes are our hardware. And then the image comes in, and then it's processed by our software in our mind. And to illustrate this, I want to tell something that happened in the 1800s, where there was this scholar named William Gladstone, who actually was reading Homer's Odyssey, and he noticed that the ocean was described as color of dark wine. Not blue, but dark wine. And he was puzzled by this, so he looked for the color blue in the book, and he couldn't find it. And then this other scholar named Lazarus, he actually started looking, and they couldn't find the color blue on any modern text or any old text. They went to the Hebrew, Hindu, all these different societies. They only were able to find the color blue on Egyptian text, because the Egyptians were able to dye things color blue. So could it be that humanity couldn't see the color blue before? The truth is we were seeing it, but we didn't recognize it because we didn't have a word for it. We didn't have the concept of blue. And this blew my mind. Like, this is in recent years, there is this tribe that was discovered in the country of Namibia. It's called the Himba tribe. And what they did is they don't have a word for the color blue in their language. So they actually showed them this circle of green squares, and one of them is blue, as you can see, very obviously. But they asked these tribe members which colors were actually, which square was different, and they couldn't tell. They couldn't tell which square was different. Doesn't this sound unbelievable? For us, it's so easy. Now, before you feel superior to the members of the Himba tribe, those folks have many words for the color green. They have different shades of green. And we don't. We have dark green, light green. So the scientists went to the United Kingdom, and they did this other experiment. This was an article in Business Insider that told us that they showed that they did the same experiment, but in the reverse. They took like a circle of green squares. One of them is a different shade of green. And we cannot tell the difference. I mean, you can look, and they all look the same. But the members of the Namibia tribe, or the Himba tribe, can actually immediately recognize that one of these squares is on a different shade. So truly, the eye can only see what we are prepared to see. And the way that this actually relates to Microsoft, the tech industry, is that we are making a big push for diversity and inclusion. And this story goes to show that we cannot assume that what we're seeing is what's really out there. What we see is very much shaped by how we grew up, the language we learned to speak, and what we want to see. So I have some call to actions, but I want to ask April, am I making any sense so far?
Yeah, totally. First of all, super interesting story about the colors. That's crazy. And yeah, it makes sense, right? I mean, how are we supposed to see other things if we don't expose ourselves to other experiences? So it makes total sense.
Yeah. So that's one of the call to actions. Expose yourself to as many experiences and cultures as you can. You will be able to start seeing things that you couldn't see before, things that others can't. And it's okay to have strong opinions. You need to know what you want. You need to know who you are. have strong opinions, but seek different perspectives, because other people can see things you don't. And if you actually do this, you will know things that other people don't. Like, you know, one more experiment, they looked at Russian native speakers. In Russian, there are two different words for dark blue and light blue, completely different words. You know, in English, we say light blue or dark blue. But in Russian, it's two different words. So they did an experiment where they were timing how quickly a person could tell if something was light blue or dark blue. And the Russian native speaker could tell much faster than English speakers if something is light blue or dark blue. And that's simply because they have two different names for it. So again, seek different perspectives, expose yourself to a lot of eclectic different cultures, and you're going to have a superpower to see more. So
that's great advice.
Have a good Monday, April. Thank you so much.